She married her adopted daughter off to a beggar to ruin her life. 3 months later, Noah suddenly said to Emma in a low voice, "There's something I can't keep from you anymore." Emma froze. Noah looked at her, his voice soft, but every word hit her like a blow. "I'm not a beggar. My real name is Noah Hawthorne. I am the sole heir of the Hawthorne family." Emma's whole body went stiff. The Hawthorne family was one of the most powerful families in Georgia. They controlled vast lands, companies, and wealth. Almost no one had never heard of their name. And yet the man standing in front of her had been living with her in that broken little house, eating the simplest food and wearing the oldest clothes. She had even seen him walk a long distance just to save a few dollars on cheap bread. Noah looked at her shocked expression and slowly told her the truth. 3 years earlier, the Hawthorne family had torn itself apart over the fight for inheritance. His uncle, wanting to take everything, had altered documents while the old patriarch was gravely ill, and had even paid people to stage an accident to make Noah disappear for good. Noah had survived by pure luck, but he had no choice except to hide his identity and pretend to be a beggar. Only that way would the people who wanted him gone let down their guard, and only then could he secretly gather evidence and reclaim what was his. And that's also how I finally saw clearly who valued me for who I am, and who only valued my name and my money. At that point, Noah turned to Emma. "And you were the first person when I had absolutely nothing who still treated me like a husband, like a human being with respect." Emma's eyes instantly filled with tears. She finally understood why this man, even while living in that ruined house, had never truly looked defeated. And she finally understood why someone had been secretly watching them these past 3 months, why documents would sometimes arrive late at night, and why Noah would always sit outside after she had fallen asleep, reading through those thick stacks of papers alone. Emma had not even found the words to respond when suddenly the sharp sound of brakes came from outside. Then more than a dozen black luxury cars stopped outside the broken house. The doors opened all at once. A group of men in black suits stepped out in perfect order and stood in 2 neat lines with their heads lowered. Finally, an elderly man with white hair and a cane stepped forward. He walked into the house and, under Emma's stunned gaze, bowed deeply to Noah. "Young master, we've finally found you. The board is already here. They're only waiting for you to return and take back what belongs to you." Emma stood there frozen, her fingers trembling. She had never, even in her wildest dreams, imagined that the man Linda had thrown at her like trash was actually a high-born heir. Noah simply turned to her and asked seriously, "Emma, will you come back with me?" Emma did not hesitate. She nodded, because she knew that when this man had nothing, he had never lied to her heart. And now, she would not leave him just because he was standing up again. The next day, the news of the Hawthorne family's heir officially returning shook the entire state. But what shocked people even more was that the wife Noah had brought back with him was Emma, the very girl Linda had once thrown out of her house like garbage. When the news reached Linda's house, the glass in her hand shattered on the floor. "That's impossible. How could that beggar be the heir of the Hawthorne family?" Chloe and Sophie were completely stunned too, especially Chloe, because she had always believed that she was the one who had married the better man. But now, she finally realized that the real winning hand, the true jackpot, was the man they had pushed into Emma's arm with their own hands. Linda refused to accept it. She would not believe that she had lost to an adopted daughter. So she dressed up carefully and took both of her daughters straight to the Hawthorne estate. She thought that if she cried a little and acted pitiful, Emma would soften the way she always had before. But what she never expected was that what would be waiting for her would feel like the hardest slap of her life. Do you want to see how Linda gets humiliated? Leave part 3 in the comments.